Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Airport CEO in the Real Airlines series. And yes, I think we're done with Terminal 1 and 2. So quick recap, Terminal 1 is this little chunk down here with a few spots over there. So this little chunk over here is Terminal 1. Terminal 2 is everything over there, and it's effectively the split between small airlines and medium airlines or airplanes, and it is all domestic. There's no international stands in there. So let's switch this one off. I did fill this gap as suggested with a staff room. So we've got another big staff room over here. So we've got a bit of a staff complex going on over here, and it would be cool if we get some additional kind of content for the staff room so that we have can create some offices and nice things like that. Maybe a kitchen, cafeteria, those kind of things would be really cool for us to use in an environment like this where we've got a lot of space that we would like to use for our staff. I also went and added an extra baggage carousel over there. So we've got the one baggage bay, but we've got a double baggage claim area over here, which I think I like the idea of doing that a little bit. So now this area is nice and used. I also very much like the idea of running our belts in a kind of in a way that doesn't necessarily have to go underground all the time. We've got this little section over there, but I do like the idea of running the belts in the terminal building itself instead of underground. It just makes it feel a little more realistic to me. Okay. So, as promised, all of our turnaround service is actually going on. We've got tons of cash. I've let it run a little bit while I did this quick update. We need to certainly sort out what's going on over here. But what we're going to do today is we're going to plan our international terminal, Terminal 3. And it may very well be that Terminal 3 will be the last of our terminals. So we've got Terminal 1, Terminal 2, and then Terminal 3, something like this is kind of what I'm thinking about. There's a lot of work that needs to go into Terminal 3. I want to plan it really, really properly. So what we're going to do is we are going to probably play this entire episode paused while we plan it out. I have not switched on or switched off the simulation of construction because I now want to use it for planning. I don't think we have a proper planning tool in this game that could make it easy for us to plan. So all I'm going to do is demolish objects, do placement, hold control to remove blueprint. Yeah, okay, fair enough. All I want to do is kind of lay out what we're going to do. Oh, and again, thank you so much for your support, guys. I love it. I read all the comments. One of the things that you can start telling me straight away is what kind of airlines do you want in the international terminal. So please go down in the comments right now. Tell me which airlines you would like to see. We're obviously sticking to Real Airlines. Which airlines do you want to see land in Terminal 3 at our Vancouver airport over here? So that go down, tell it now. I do appreciate the support. It makes me really motivated to continue the series. So please go and continue that. And also hit the like button if you're enjoying this stuff. Okay, now let's grab ourselves a nice big runway. Some of them are pretty pricey. I think we're just going to stick to the kind of asphalt ones. It is asphalt, right? Yeah, asphalt, not concrete. Okay, so we're flying in over here in that direction. So the idea is the options that we have is, and you know what I'm going to try and do? Let's see if I can change the UI. Graphic settings. If I scale the UI, okay, I'm going to make the if I make the UI smaller, wow, it's really difficult to do that. If I make the UI smaller, like say, okay, let's just do that and check it out. Can I see the entire thing? I still can't see the entire thing, and I still can't zoom out any further. So really, scaling the UI isn't gonna help us out there. I don't want it, but I will make it like maybe a little like that. So something like that. Maybe it's okay. We can kind of see the entire thing over here. So let's try it. If we now say grab ourselves that big one. So now we can. Should we do it over here? I don't think so. I don't think we should do it over there. And then our other option, of course, is to flip it around and run it in here somewhere. And now this is where UI is going to really be an issue for us. There we go. something like that. It's gonna cost us $1 million. We're obviously just gonna do the blueprint at the moment. So if we do that, right, it starts, ooh, I don't like it. It needs to come down a little more. I want it to come down a little bit more. So let's get rid of that. We'll try it one more time. I wish I could zoom out a little bit more so I can actually place the entire thing with while seeing it. It would be really useful. It's really a the biggest problem here is with the runways. Let's do it something like, try and do something like that. That's going to be, I think, pretty good. And that's going to give us the center point. Center point over here. So that means medium planes needs to go up here and large planes down there. And I kind of like the idea of doing something like that. We could have squeezed it up there a little bit more, but I like the idea of doing that. So medium planes can come off here, come in here. Large planes can come off here in there, and then they all taxiway back over here, and we can try and get the de-icing and stuff up here. Okay, good. So that's the runway. So there we go. We've not done much. We've not achieved much. We've only got the runway. Now, if we take the terminal building itself, what kind of stuff would we like to do? I'm going to play around with it a fair bit, so I do warn you, it's going to take some time. So I won't have a physical connection between these two terminals, but we'll have them pretty close together. So if we run... Okay, hang on. Before we do that, I'm a little helter-skelter over here. So if we get our exits, the large exits, please, and we will continue to use asphalt, I think. I just like it, the look and feel of it a little bit more. So if we do something like this, large exit over there, large exit over here, and then somewhere in the middle, if we can find the middle, of course. Okay, we can see both of these two. I'm going to do another one, and we'll probably just use the other option, something like this. So something like that for these guys to slip off. These are more realistic to have these slip-offs like this. And the idea is that would actually be long enough for medium. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we move it down a little bit more, something like that. Maybe that's going to be sufficient for the medium to slip off. Okay, now let's get some taxiway sections going. We're going to do wide taxiways. Okay, so we need to come off, provide a little bit of room, but not necessarily a ton. I'd rather do, actually, let's do a little bit like that. And then what I'll do is I'll do maybe, okay, wait, hang on. So if we do 7 by 7 that runs up this way as an idea, we'll do another 7 like this, and then we'll do another 7 like that, and there we go. So something like this, for instance. Okay, and the idea that I have over here is that we run ourselves a dual direction setup. Okay, so we go all the way up there. We'll do another 7 over here, and then another 7 down there. And I think that's going to be kind of, that's our, there's a lot of taxiway stuff in there. Now, if we do, yeah, well, we spend a lot of money in this planning stuff. But anyway, now what I can do is I can slowly get rid of a lot of this stuff that we don't necessarily need straight away, so we can try and save a little bit of money on that. That helps us out, but there is a room for us to come back and do that. Okay, so now with that in mind, obviously want this guy to run and then do its things over here. So let's see. Let's grab the terminal building. Okay, and we would like to provide a fair bit of room down here. So let's make a little room like this. We'll do something like that. Okay. Let's just start off with something like this instead. 15. I want to make this whole thing a little bit bigger, so let's do that. 30 like so. Okay, that's kind of the plan there. Wow, look at that money. Drops a lot. Now we're gonna slowly get rid of some of this stuff, and then how are we gonna do the various stands. I think that we can do spires or piers out here. That would be quite interesting for us to do numerous piers. So if we, for instance, say, take the middle over here, we'll grab 5 wide and we run piers up there. A pier like that, for instance, and then we run stuff on both sides. We can do an additional pier over here. I'm sure we have enough room there. And then we'll run a larger pier down here for the large ones. Okay, so something like that. Let's bring that in a little bit more. I want to see how this would kind of work with the medium stands. If we do medium stands, I want to try and do something like that with like a 7. Yeah, that's not actually going to work, is it? So something like this is what I'm planning on doing. We're running out of money really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that, maybe. Oh, you know what I'll do for the time being while we plan this out? No, leave it there, leave it there. We'll see how this goes instead. Okay, so now if we do a little bit more like this, we run that up there. Okay, we'll clean this up a little bit. We're gonna run out of money. We're gonna run out of money, and I thought 2.5 million was a good number to have. Something like this. Yeah, I think that can work. I think something like that arrangement could kind of work. Then we can extend that out a little bit. We can have our see how we do our de-icing over here. Let's quickly have a look at that. De-icing pad, large ones. This is not quite going to work the way I intended it to do. We may be a little close over here, but to be honest, we could have the de-icing pads run in here. Yeah, it shouldn't be, or even in here. Oh, actually, in here should be fine. If we do taxiways kind of down here somewhere to come in here, then we can have the de-icing pads run up over there. Okay, so that should work. Now, if I have a look at the, let's get rid of these now that we know they fit. So we'll use the money to try and include the bigger stands over here and see how that works. So if we go with the bigger stands, if we go, I'm happy to go straight up on there. So let's just see. So, and potentially we can split this into 2 terminals again, but maybe something like this, for instance. Yeah. If we do something like that, we should be able to run the big ones down here. So then there will only be big ones here, and we'll have our turnaround services maybe in the end, on the edge over here. So maybe let's say something like that, for instance. Okay, so there we go. Now, what I want to do is I will get rid of this and get rid of, okay, we've got a bit of money, so let's quickly fill in this edge. I want to try and maintain all of our edges just so that we have an idea. But I'll trim these. I'll make them shorter. Yeah, that's going to be the plan. I'll make these things shorter so we have a good idea of where they'll go in the end. Ooh, actually, I need to do it this way instead. So we'll do that. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of this. We'll trim that in. That should be fine. I want to fill in all of this. Okay, and probably then have a look at maybe something like 8 by 8 wide. 8 wide seems reasonable to me. Okay, so something like that. And then these piers will all extend. This will be room for our turnaround services, and we might have to include our baggage bays. What kind of sizes do we have on baggage bays? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5. So if we're running 8 over here, we can get a baggage bay in there. How wide was this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. So that will actually run our baggage terminal. The question is, we could actually squeeze in one more over here and maybe one more over here, so that all of these piers have their own baggage base setups. I do like the idea of splitting that up so that that kind of works that way. So this kind of setup is something that I quite like the idea of. That's pretty good. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I think that's going to give us a fair bit to work with. So what I'll do is I will delete this so we don't spend that money. I will get rid of all of our walls internal. Okay, just for the time being. And I think that terminal size is going to be good. That terminal size, I'm really thinking that terminal size is exactly what we need. So we'll trim that out. I'll actually add our little walls back in there and in there. So when we do activate it to start the work, it's not the, we will get kind of the shape that we're after. Okay, there we go. So something like that. Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. So we'll see. We'll have to space them out exactly how we would like them to go, and we obviously need some room for our little pathway. Yeah, and to be honest, maybe that's what we do. This might be slightly too wide, so instead we'll get a pathway around there. Yeah, I like that idea a little bit better. So get our wall. We'll stick our wall back in there. And we'll kind of connect our service road up here. So we'll start our stands over here. So this will just be a service road connection. It could actually run across that way. I think that's going to be just fine. Let's just grab it, put it in there so that we don't miss out on it later. Something like that. There we go. So that's the idea with the service road over there. Similarly, I think we're going to need to do service roads over here as well. I want to make sure that we have sufficient room for service roads and probably that as well. We can connect that up over here. Ooh, we can actually connect that up over there. That's going to be quite cool. It's going to be quite easy to get the connection from the one to the other. I like it. I like the idea. Okay, now the other piece of the action is what we are going to do in terms of our drop-off. So this entire area is kind of what I would like to dedicate for drop-off. So let's start off by extending it to potentially how we can run it. Okay, something like this, something like that maybe. And then if we go and grab ourselves some bus stops, I want to make sure that we've got, yeah, at least that kind of sizing available for us. Okay, so that's okay. We will do that. We will have room in there, like so, like that, and like this. Is that going to be, well, we can get rid of that whole thing in there now. So we'll do that, and we'll do this. We'll get rid of all of that. So that's kind of the intention. Over here, we could actually probably get another one to run down here. Yeah, it should be quite useful. Let's just plot it out over here while we're doing the planning. Okay, so over there. So then the next one needs to come in over here. So that might not quite be the case of what we would like to do here, but it seems reasonable enough. In terms of sizing, I don't want it necessarily going any bigger than this. This is a massive arrivals area. We'll get metro stations and stuff in there. So that's okay. So if this goes here, then we would need the other one to go like here somewhere. Actually, that's not too bad. So if we rebuild this entire thing, yeah, okay, I'm happy with what we've got going on over here. Let's get our, not service road, our actual public roads, and we'll kind of fill it in. The thing that I want to have a look at, though, is just to make sure we've got enough room going down. Okay, so let's see how far do we get, or do we want, probably need a couple of, anyway, doesn't matter, center is fine. Okay, so if we do, ooh, that exactly fills out these things. Okay, that's going to be fine. That's going to be just fine. Okay, so that in terms of length, we've got a lot of room here. So 6 bus stops, 12 bus stops per one, and I think we can kind of do these as one-ways. I do like the idea of doing them as one-way loops. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how we finish that off, and then this is the main area there. Okay, I think that's going to be it, guys. This is going to be our international terminal. So if we go inside now, We have a little bit of flexibility over here. Obviously, what we would like to do is we would like check-in areas, and we're going to need to find ourselves a bit of a baggage claim and exiting area. And we might do multiple ones. We might do one over here and one over there. Or actually, we might even do 3 of them. Would that make sense? We'll have a look. So anyway, so the idea is we run... we've got some walls in here that I would like to get rid of before we actually start building. So let's get rid of that. So the idea being that downstairs we have our baggage claim, and this becomes our exit channel. Exit channel, baggage claim, exit, and out. Similarly, come up here, baggage claim and exit, something like that. So all of this area here will be our check-in area. And then we go upstairs into security. Actually, we probably need to take security directly on top of these guys. And then you go through passport control and you continue into all of these. Do we do separated passport controls for these areas? Kind of what I'm wondering about. There's obviously the benefit of having them connected is that you're going to have less issues with if you had, say, transferring staff or transferring passengers. But I think that kind of idea is okay. So we'll figure that out as we go. Maybe we'll start building and then we'll see how that goes. So there we go. Unpause the game. I'm going to switch this off so we get all of that stuff constructed straight away. There goes all of our money. This thing is in place. Oh, we did end up taking the more expensive large runway. Anyway, that's okay. I'm going to deal with that. No, not a problem. Okay. I think one of the first things I want to do is try and clean this up a little bit. Let's speed things along so that at least this terminal is going to make us a little bit more money. I want to try and clean this up a little bit more. So first things first, let's get ourselves new kind of drop-off areas over there for our contractors and so on. So we can kind of, oh, that's not quite what I had in mind. It's the delivery zone. So let's do that so we can slowly get rid of these things. Okay, there we go. That's quite good. Money is rolling back in, so it's fine. We've got our idea going on over here. I think we're just going to double deck the entire thing. We're not going to step it up. If we go here, you see we only did a portion of that double deck, but I think we're just going to double deck the entire thing this time around. Yeah, and we'll have our big access points here. We'll have a smallish check-in area. Smallish is with the emphasis on smallish over there, and then we'll go upstairs to security, and I think we'll actually run back. So we'll do check-in. I think I like that idea a little bit. Okay, we've got a bit of money over here. So what we'll do is we'll start our second floor construction over here for what I believe will be would be our security area, just so that we can start planning out our security and our check-in area together. Okay, so now with that in mind, the idea is that we're going to do escalators and lifts. Okay, so, but I would like us to figure out how we're going to probably do something like this to go up to security, to be honest, so that we can maximize the space for security over there. So if we do that, how far is this from? Okay, if we do, I want to do multiples, so let's just check. If we do this one over here, maybe we centralize it like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. So if we do something like that, maybe. How far was this? And then maybe we'll do one right on the edge over here as well. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. And we'll try and see. So how far did we have over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So something like that, I think, is going to be exactly central. that's fine, and we can see if we need anything else. But basically, this is going to be our check-in area over here. So now what I would like us to do is actually just run a bit of a wall over here to actually manage our check-in. Person can't find things, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Our money is decent. So I'm going to maybe do check-in something like this, and we could even run it like so. All right, maybe we put in another one over here. Oh, we also need some elevators. So maybe what we do is right on the edge here we do the elevators. Oh, the floor above is not included. Yeah, we're missing out on it slightly. So if we do maybe a couple of elevators right over there, and that kind of gives us the idea of what we're trying to do over here. Now what we'll do is we'll grab some big doors and we will place them in, you know, in a few spots like that, like that, like that, and like that. Not right there. We'll give one a skip, and then we'll go again, start over there, there, over there, and over there, and then we'll give it a skip, and we'll again do one over here, and is probably one over there. Excellent. So that's kind of going to be our check-in area. It looks pretty symmetrical to me. Obviously, you guys probably spotted something that's out of place, and you'll remind me. So we'll do the check-ins over here, and we'll also have to kind of figure out where our exit channels are going to come out. Probably over there, probably over here. We might see how this one works to get this one over here, or we actually do a joint check. Exit, and run it out through there. Something like that maybe could be quite useful. We'll see how we do that exactly. Okay, now if we go, so I'll start by saying what kind of stuff we're going to put in here. So if we say the check-in desks, I actually don't want to do too many of the others, so let's just see. If we go, we do check-in like this, run a few more, we'll do, okay, now we're going to need a gap over here, so let's leave our gap for our exit channel. I'm going to indicate it by means of some exit doors. I think we're just going to we're going to leave this area open as is, so that then we kind of exit channel this through here. Alternatively, we can get rid of this guy and we'll exit channel it straight out of there. Oh, I like that idea even more. Okay, let's get rid of this guy. Okay, and we get a couple of these guys coming in. So what we'll do is we'll just exit channel straight out from there, right? And that'll be like the exit channel that comes out. So this will be maybe baggage claim, arrivals hall. We'll have a little bit of a door over here, the exit over there, have people wait for people to arrive over here. We can make it a little bigger. We could make it bigger. I think we can make it bigger so that there's a better area for arrivals. And then the question becomes, do we actually just let everybody come out this way, even people that comes from there? Yeah, I almost think that's the case. We do that. So let's bring it out a little more. Yeah, I think that's much better. Now we're going to have. Actually, we shouldn't do that. We should do that. And this is like where people are going to come out. We can have a little information and maybe a store and something in here, and then they just come streaming out that way, and we'll see how we probably need to do a nice big arrivals area with baggage claim and things like that. We'll have maybe have a baggage bay over here, maybe have a baggage bay over there, and then have another baggage bay somewhere over here. Is that kind of the idea that I have? Okay, well, so slow start, but I think we're getting the idea quite nicely. I want to revamp this entire thing very quickly also. But yes, so that's the idea. We're going to slowly fill all of this up. And we're probably going to be able to do multiple check-in areas. We may run it around here if we really need to. Let's continue to add our check-in bits and pieces. So about that much, I think, maybe an extra one over there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of the manual ones, okay, to go right in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to do a ton of the other ones. To be honest, we could... Nah, it's fine. What we'll do is we'll see about... Let's get the other ones. So something like that, I'm hoping is going to be fine. See? So that's... You do your stuff, and then you go upstairs. I like that. I like that. That seems clean. Let's just make sure to close this one down. I don't want to have stuff happening over there, staff coming to come and work there or anything like that. I should probably zone this as Terminal 3. Let's quickly do that. So Terminal 3. I don't want to get all kinds of stuff connected to Terminal 3 just yet. Don't want anybody working at Terminal 3. Why do you have... Oh, you've got chicken desk. Yeah, that's fine. You have chicken desk because we built chicken desk. Okay, so that's kind of the idea. Then if we go upstairs, then we will run our security guys in through here. We'll find a way of finding where we should put the security line. And then we'll quite casually open up an area for the international stuff to go into the various areas over there. That's actually going to be quite good, I think. So if we grab the security stuff, I'm going to use the very big ones. So I was thinking maybe something like that. So there's enough room over here for maybe a bathroom and some queuing. Okay, so let's get our secure zone sorted out over here. So something like this maybe. Yeah, I like that. So that's kind of the start of our secure zone. And then what we'll do is we will run the big ones. We probably need... we need to find out what we're going to do with our... we could do this and have a fair bit of them go. And so here, we might actually do... Oh, so let's just close that off. We don't have any staff here, though. But we'll just close it just for now. So that's kind of the idea. We run that through. But I'm kind of tempted that we do a bit of a staff room, maybe directly above this area. Well, what we'll do is we'll have the tunnel go out there. So we'll have our international zone start over here somewhere. We could potentially do a sky bridge and link this up here if we wanted to, but I don't want to. I don't. But yeah, that's the planning. That's the planning. So I think what do you guys say? So we're going to have these piers. They're not going to be this short. We're going to extend them, and we're going to have double-sided guys. We're not going to do remote stands over here. Remote stands is happening over there, and then we're going to run this one down here, and we'll have the big planes park over there. We do have the ability to have one-way loops in here. I do like the idea of that, and these guys can flop in there, go, and these will be like the two-way little sections in there, and then we'll have our de-icing over there. We need to find proper kind of channels for our service vehicles to run to the various areas. Oh, these guys are kind of stuck over here at the moment. Okay, we'll need to sort that out. You're not actually supposed to be using them just yet, but that's okay. We'll figure that out as we go on in the next one. So there will be plenty of work for us to do. I am hoping that in the next episode, we will be able to open up our first stand over here. That's going to be what I'm aiming for in the next episode, to open up our very first stand in Terminal 3. And yeah, I would like to find out or hear from you as to what you would like us to do in terms of airlines. So which is the first airlines that you would like us to see, whether you'd like to see coming into Terminal 3. Guys, as always, I appreciate your support. Please hit that like button if you've enjoyed this stuff. Leave your comments down below. Tell me which airlines you would like to see in this Terminal 3. International, of course. And then we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.